2.5 million years ago, long before the first civilizations rose from the dust, before the first word was ever written, our ancestors stood at the edge of an evolutionary threshold. The African savanna stretched endlessly before them, a landscape of opportunity and unimaginable danger. In 1960, archaeologists Lewis and Mary Leakey made a discovery in Tanzania's Olduvai Gorge that would revolutionize our understanding of human origins. Alongside ancient bones, they found something extraordinary: deliberately crafted stone tools. Dating back to 0.6 million years, they named the creator Homo habilis, handyman, the first member of our genus to leave unmistakable evidence of technological thinking. But the story begins even earlier. The technique is called knapping. One stone, the hammerstone, strikes another, the core at precisely the right angle and force. Flakes break away, creating sharp edges, capable of cutting through hide and sinew that would defeat human teeth and nails. It sounds simple. It isn't. Modern researchers who attempt to recreate these ancient tools report that it takes hours of practice to produce even basic implements. The maker must understand the properties of different stones, which fracture cleanly, which crumble uselessly. They must judge angles, force, and striking points with precision. One miscalculation, and the stone shatters into useless fragments. This wasn't instinct. This was learning. Knowledge passed from one generation to the next, refined over millennia. It was, in essence, the first human culture. The advantages were immediate and transformative. With stone tools, our ancestors could access a food source previously beyond their reach: the marrow inside the bones of dead animals. While scavengers fought over meat, early humans could crack open what others left behind, extracting calorie-rich marrow and brains that fueled the development of larger, more complex brains. The evidence is carved into bones themselves. Ancient remains bear distinctive marks, parallel grooves, made by stone edges as flesh was stripped away. Impact scars where bones were smashed open. These aren't the tooth marks of predators. They're the signatures of tool users, written in bone and preserved for millions of years. As tool use became more sophisticated, something remarkable happened. Brain size increased dramatically. Homo habilis had a brain roughly half the size of modern humans. Their successors, Homo erectus, who emerged 1.9 million years ago, showed significant increases in cranial capacity. The correlation isn't coincidental. Tool-making required planning, spatial reasoning, and fine motor control. It created evolutionary pressure that favored individuals with enhanced cognitive abilities. Those who could craft better tools obtained more food, survived longer, and passed these advantages to their offspring. Technology and biology became locked in a feedback loop, each driving the development of the other. By 1.7 million years ago, Homo erectus had developed the Acheulean hand axe, a teardrop-shaped tool of remarkable sophistication and symmetry. Unlike the crude choppers of earlier times, these implements showed clear evidence of planning and aesthetic consideration. Some archaeologists argue they represent the earliest expression of human artistic sense, functional objects made beautiful through unnecessary refinement. These tools remained virtually unchanged for over 1 million years, the longest-lasting technology in human history. From Africa to Asia to Europe, wherever Homo erectus migrated, these distinctive hand axes appeared. They were multi-purpose tools: cutting implements, digging instruments, butchering knives, and possibly weapons. They were so effective that successive generations saw no need to improve upon the design. This technological mastery enabled something unprecedented: global dispersal, armed with stone tools and the cognitive capacity to adapt them to new environments. Early humans left Africa and colonized the Old World. They crossed deserts, navigated forests, and survived in climates their bodies were unevolved to endure, all because intelligence and technology could compensate for physical limitations. Every excavation adds new chapters to this story. In 2018, tools discovered in China were dated to 2.1 million years ago, suggesting human ancestors left Africa earlier than previously believed. In Algeria, 2.4 million-year-old tools hint at regional variations in early technology. Each find refines our understanding, but the fundamental narrative remains: our ancestors' ability to create tools transformed them from vulnerable primates into the most adaptable species Earth has ever known. These weren't primitive brutes stumbling through existence. They were problem solvers, innovators, and teachers. They looked at the world and saw not just what was, but what could be. In their hands, a simple stone became a revolution. Every technology we possess, every tool, every machine, every innovation that defines modern civilization descends from those first deliberate strikes of stone against stone. The computer you're watching this on, the buildings rising around you, the vehicles crossing continents, all of it traces back to the moment our ancestors picked up rocks along an African riverbed and imagined possibilities. This is where we began. This is the foundation of everything that followed. The story of humanity starts here with stone, imagination, and the revolutionary idea that the world could be reshaped by intelligent hands.